And we're live.
Thank you.
We are out of control. Oh man, this is gonna. Yep. I'm just gonna.
We both simultaneously had helium leaks in our offices.
I'm just gonna go ahead and roll the intro. What do you say?
Let's do it.
It's going.
This is the intro to the Tech Talk, where we sound very obnoxious.
We sound obnoxious even without voice. Oh my god. Can you not do that, please?
I can't help it. I have to.
What is that?
What?
That's terrible. Cuckoo.
No,
All
it sounds
right.
beautiful. Oh my god, the chat's already going crazy.
I know, right?
I think the whole show will be funnier in this voice. The whole show will be funnier in this voice. It just will be.
Let's do this. Alright, so, guys, I had intended to have topics ready to go, I swear to God. But then the wife and I today, for the vlog channel, did the Bean Boozled challenge. And ever since then, I've had the taste of skunk spray and vomit and rotten eggs in my mouth.
And whale semen, I think that was one of them, too.
That was a different challenge.
Oh, my bad.
That's for tomorrow.
My mistake.
Anyway, yeah. But so I guess we figured we would try to go ahead and just do like pretty much most of the show as like fan. What'd you say? What'd you call it? Fan something? Fan what?
Fan what? What?
Oh, you had a term for us letting the fans drive the show today.
Oh, I already forgot.
Great, a lot of help you are. All right,
Well,
so
you
guys,
know his voice.
the same thing as every single week. Hashtag Ask Tech Talk. Well, that was the wrong button. Hashtag Ask Tech Talk, and on Twitter, and then we will go ahead and answer your questions. And I will go ahead and I'll go ahead and turn off the voice morpher because I'm listening back to it as well, and I can't even understand myself. That's pretty sad, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So
there we go.
What the hell is that? I've never heard it do that before.
Is it just is it like inaudible? You can't even understand it, or
No, not at all. It's like it
it is called Hell Demon.
didn't sound anything like a demon. I'm just saying.
How about a robot?
I am a robot. Listen to me say that.
I imagine that's what
I'll leave
you
it
would
off
sound
now.
like. I imagine that's what you would sound like in a bathroom stall.
Dude, everybody was going ape shit in chat. Did you see that? Everybody's like, "Fuck, is this going the whole show? I'm leaving." Oh my god.
Hey, you know what? If all those people left, then we'd be left with nothing but fun people. Think about it.
That's true. That is true. There's
That's
no
like the
reason to keep a bunch of prudish people around. I'm just saying.
That's like the people at the club going, "I hate this music. I'm out of here." It's like, good. Then we're left with only people who like the music, and it's a better environment for
That's
everybody. So GTFO.
You are a genius.
All right.
You are a genius. We do what we want. This is Tech Talk show where we do what we want.
Now there was a topic you looked at already. People.
Yes.
Why don't you talk about people? Because I thought you had a very good point on people.
PEEPLE is the spelling of this new service being launched by our friends over at Yelp.
Those
the
stupids.
site known for slandering many businesses, but no, apparently they thought, hey, how cool would it be if we created a site where everybody could go rate and comment on people? Anybody, like you, me, Jay. That's fucking horrible.
Now, at least with Yelp, though, right? You is there any way to verify on Yelp that you are an actual customer of the thing you're leaving a review of?
Not really. There are some safeguards in place, but for the most part, like businesses got away with paying people to leave reviews for years, and nothing was done about it.
I forgot you could hear that.
No, it seriously made me cringe a little. I wasn't expecting that. Stop.
Okay. Okay,
my
but
God.
they can leave a review about anybody without their knowing of it. I have no idea what you said.
I'm sorry. I just said that is correct, Jay.
Okay.
Oh.
So basically what you're doing now is you're inviting everyone to go leave reviews about us.
Yeah, it's basically like I told you, they should have called the site cyberbully.org instead of people, because the whole idea is there's so much tension right now with online social networks and people cyberbullying people and stuff like that, and you basically have a site that the entire premise of the site is for you to go and rate somebody and leave information about what you think about that person.
Like
so
anyone
I could just totally be in.
like anyone who really has anything super positive to say is going to go to people.
Right, they're not going to be like, God, that guy was, that guy at the grocery store that helped me with my bags, he was a real good guy. I'm going to get his badge name and go and leave him a positive thing. No, it's going to be like, he drops the bag, then I'm pissed off enough to take a picture of his name tag, and then I'm going to go home and tell him he should kill himself, and that's going to be my rating.
He smelled funny.
He smelled funny and he should kill himself. That's all it's going to be filled with. People is just going to, they'll have to put filters on it because everybody's just going to be like, go kill yourself, go kill yourself. 1 star.
Don't you think that's a little bit like extreme?
No. Like what, you mean the site or everybody?
No, I mean like
leaving those comments?
Yeah. Thinking that everyone's just going to be like, go kill yourself. I guess they already kind of do it on the YouTube comments, don't they?
No, that's what I'm saying, though, is me and you have experienced this like firsthand. I'm not saying it's going to be like this for regular people, but say if you go to school, right? You're going to have your schoolmates, and this is like a place where your schoolmates can go and create like troll accounts and basically leave all kinds of shit about you. Like, yeah, that Jerry guy, he's got chlamydia and AIDS, and he smells like cheese. The last one's probably true, but anyways, you get where I'm going with this.
It's kind of funny. Someone on chat, something really funny. I got to find it real quick. Oh, Salamander on chat said, we leave all the negative reviews about you on your own forums, Jay. You should come and see how you're doing.
I know. It's funny. I was just talking to Jason today. He's like, dude, you should create a community forum. And I was like, nah, Jay created one, and I don't think he ever even looks at it anymore.
It comes up every time I open up my Google Chrome because I have the preset pages, but it's one of the first ones I click off.
Oh, my God.
I don't know.
That's pretty bad when the owner of the forum won't even come there. Oh,
no,
my God.
It's not that. It's just that the website's been kind of a sore subject right now, so I haven't been there very often. I should, but I'm not.
You know what I should do? Hey, guys, leave in the comments if you think I should go covertly sneak in, like, at a point that he's not paying attention. I'm not going to do it right after the show, but I'm going to go in there and just own his whole forum. I'm going to go in there and just post so frequently everywhere that I become like forum Jesus. And then I will just take over the forum.
You mean kind of like you were going to do like 4 videos a week plus game streams every week when you quit your job?
Yeah, something like that.
So I imagine you'll own my forum for about 16 hours. And then
God damn it, Jay. Things happen, okay? Things happen, bro. It's like, I lost my job and I got lazy.
How'd you lose your job?
Well, Microsoft laid me off. Hey, did you install that counter yet?
How many years were you
guys
there?
know I used to work at Microsoft, guys. For you guys that don't know, I used to work at Microsoft. I was a software developer on Windows.
No, how many years?
Yeah, I probably never told you guys that I worked there for nearly 15 years. Yeah.
It's actually 7, but over time it just keeps stretching.
Yeah, well, you round it up, and then you hit another decimal point, and then you round up again. I mean, it's a vicious cycle, really.
Exactly.
Watch, somebody goes and does a background check on me and finds out I only worked there for 6 months, and I wasn't laid off. I was fired for, like, stealing mops.
And you were a contractor?
I was a contractor, a janitor, and the only reason
whose contract was up?
I was like the guy from Office Space. Like, I was just like there collect. Like, I never got a paycheck because I wasn't in the system, but they were like they just wanted to keep me around anyways.
Jerry was a glitch.
Nobody had the balls to tell me.
Jerry's a glitch in the system.
I am a glitch in the system.
Okay, so what did Yelp feel was the idea behind people? Like, honestly, what were they hoping to achieve with that, other than creating like a troll platform?
I don't know. That's the thing I don't know, is like the only reason you would rate another person would be because you can objectify a business, but you're not supposed to objectify individual. And the whole point of leaving a review for somebody, like, I'm going to leave a 4-star review for Cindy because she wore a low-cut blouse while she was servicing me at Red Robin today, and I think that was really swell. 4 stars. I mean, that was a positive review. Like, what are the negative ones going to be like? Yeah, what are the negative ones going to be like? Like I said, it's going to be like 1 star, kill yourself. 1 star, I hate you. 1 star, I'm picking you up on the playground and stealing your lunch money. And then they'll have shit placed that's like you have to be 18 or whatever the person has to be 18 for you to be able to rate them or some shit like that. I'm sure that they'll have something like that in place, and then everybody's just going to go create accounts anyways, just like they do on Facebook and Twitter, where everybody's like baby has an account. It's like, oh, the name of the account is so and so's baby, and their date of birth is exactly 18 years ago to the day.
Right. So okay, so did you hear about this Kickstarter with Golgum Games?
No.
All right, so I how many times a week do you think you and I each get hit up for like, hey, can you share my Kickstarter? Hey, can you share my GoFundMe? Hey, and my answer is always the same. Like, sorry guys, I don't promote Kickstarters, I don't promote GoFundMes, I don't promote Indiegogos because, especially when it's like startups, because there's no control over what people can do with the money. So this indie gaming developer going by the name of Golgum Games, Golgom Games.
Okay.
So they had a $30,000 goal on Kickstarter. And what do you think happened?
Maxed out.
They hit the goal. They exceeded the goal.
Okay.
Website expires. Website goes down. Golgum Games nowhere to be found. So they took all the money and ran. So of course, people
30,000. That's actually a small one. I've seen some that were over like millions, where the people fled the country.
Yeah, but think about it though. If you've got a pretty easy goal like that, and it looks really good and enticing to people, like this indie game, looked kind of like a side scroller kind of game.
Yeah.
I can show it over here on the left in just a second. It's one of those things where it's like, what on earth do people think is going to happen? Because it's Kickstarters and Indiegogos and crowdsourcing for products like this, although there are lots and lots of legitimate ones out there, they've also become a very easy platform for scam artists.
Oh, there's a lot of scamming going on, like continuously, especially on GoFundMe. I would say GoFundMe and Indiegogo are probably the two that house the most fraud.
Right.
That there is. I'd say Kickstarter is actually pretty decent nowadays.
Yeah.
Like as far as combating fraud, but there's still quite a few like Indiegogo and GoFundMe that are just like, seriously, you can just tell that they really don't care.
Right.
You know, and it's been to the point where I wish I could remember exactly which one it is. If somebody knows, chime in over in chat. But there was a crowdfunded thing for like building some kind of water filtration system in Africa or something, like Save the Kids, and it raised like over $1 million. And the dude, like you said, the dude cashed out, disappeared, and then like a couple months later, pictures started showing up on Imager and stuff of like the guy. They found the guy that actually created the campaign.
Driving,
and he was
like
driving around in a driving a Ferrari, and he was shopping at all these places, and he was bragging about it on his Facebook about how, you know, he loved being rich and everything like that. I think they caught him. I think that guy actually got extradited and they processed him for fraud. But but again, it just shows that, you know, you can do that. Like if you create a convincing enough campaign, cross all the T's and dot all the I's, people will buy into it.
There was a couple years back, there was a company that was on Kickstarter that was selling open VPNs and routers, but they were claiming it was a proprietary, like, you know, it was a VPN solution, and they fulfilled the Kickstarter. They got all the money, which was several $100,000. They got the Kickstarter going, and they started sending out the product. But the thing is, people who, I don't know if they just assumed that the only people that would be buying this stuff are people who didn't know any better, but there were actual network engineers buying some of this stuff, and then they started reverse engineering it and finding out they used an open source router schematic using OpenVPN.
Yep. No, that's actually something that's pretty common, not just in software, but also in the hardware space.
Right.
I've seen people do that before, where they'll take a basic platform for a device that like China builds or something like that, and then they'll just tool up to put like a slightly different plastic casing on it, but all the internals are exactly the same. And then they try to pass it off as a completely new device, like absolutely new. They're not even, you look at the spec sheets and they don't even match, and you're like, this doesn't make any sense because it is the first device.
Yep. No, that's. I just saw this article right now, and I wanted to kind of speak up about, if you guys are gonna donate to campaigns, just know this is a risk. You are an investor that somebody could potentially, you know, take off with the money. And what's funny is a lot of these people are now going after not going after Indiegogo, but a lot of them are pressuring Indiegogo, like, give us back our money, give us back our money. And Indiegogo's like, or not Indiegogo, but Kickstarter, they're like, sorry, you know, what do you expect us to do about it? You know, you guys knew the risks, you sent the money. But
Indiegogo did actually do that same thing though, because everybody wanted their money back on that $1 million water filtration thing or whatever, and Indiegogo was like, nope, it says right in our terms that the money, because Indiegogo goes about it a different route. Like Kickstarter raises the funds, then once they hit the goal, they release the funds to the person, and then that person is supposed to deliver the service or whatever was promised upon.
Right.
Indiegogo, however, pretty much like in their terms say that the money is just lost. Like if you donate money to that thing and it goes under, it doesn't even matter.
Right.
Like you took a chance on them. They're just the broker that takes a percentage of every transaction.
Well, I mean, these people are
GoFundMe is even worse though. GoFundMe is like
I
you
want a
give
new
them money.
computer.
Yeah, it's like, but no, but I mean, literally, you're not allowed to create a fraudulent campaign. Like, for instance, my diamond pizza campaign that I created.
Right.
I'm surprised that that actually stayed in place, but it was because I actually, proved that the money went to buy pizza for Children's Hospital.
Right.
But a lot of the campaigns that are on there, you go and look through them, and it's like 2 or 3 cents. Like these are the ones that get sent to me. And this is the funny thing is I've even said in my videos before that my only exception to GoFundMe campaign is my buddy Jason, who had an untimely death. His family was really screwed over. He was close to me. He meant a lot to me, so I wanted to do something to help him. And that campaign has been hugely successful. But even though I've specifically said in the videos that I don't back GoFundMe campaigns, as soon as people saw that video, they ignored the rest of it and they just sent me emails saying, I have a GoFundMe campaign too for cancer or some kind of sickness and everything. Like, they bombard us, right? You get bombarded with them. And then you reply back and you say, I'm sorry, I can't share your GoFundMe account or whatever. And some of them are nice about it and they understand, and the rest just like beat you down. You have to ban them. But if you go look at the campaigns for half these ones that they send me, it's like I put in a huge paragraph, pictures of Jason, talked about what's going on.
Yeah, it's like 3 sentences.
I'm a public figure. Yeah, I'm a public figure. You can go and figure out who I am and who I interact with and everything like that. So that's a pretty easy campaign to validate. But yeah, some of these ones people were sending me, it was like a picture of a laptop from Amazon. And it was like, I want to create a YouTube channel, but I need this laptop to edit on. And that was it. That was the whole sentence. And it was just a picture of a laptop and a GoFundMe. And they wanted me to share that because they said, oh, if you share it, it's guaranteed to get funded. No. I don't think people are that dumb, But it really drives me nuts when people do that. That was like the whole reason I created the Diamond Pizza campaign in the first place, was to mock people doing that.
Yeah.
If you remember. Yeah.
Well, I've gotten some of those emails too. It's like, hey, I come from a very poor family and I can't afford a computer and I really want one. So can you share this? It's like, there's thousands and millions of other people who also really want a computer. So sorry, I'm just reading up this article real quick about, apparently there was a Call of Duty Black Ops 3 marketing stunt that backfired. And I'm just trying to learn a little bit more about this.
Oh, really?
While I'm reading this, check the hashtag, would you?
I will check that hashtag. Hold on, let me enable my hashtag checking voice here.
Oh, God. Jerry, when you have the dog voice on, all it does is go roof, roof, roof.
Are you kidding? Does it really?
Yeah, it doesn't actually make a dog voice. Yeah, so.
Oh my God, I'm going to hear that on the playback now, aren't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show you what it sounds like right now. I did it earlier. So watch, I'm going to switch to dog now. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, see, it doesn't do anything. You can't hear anything.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I feel like such a dipshit now. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, you're looking up on that, we'll field a couple. Says, let's see. Renee Caballero says, what do you guys think of the Amazon banning sales of Google Chromecast and Apple TV on October 29th? Wait, what?
I don't know. If you own the platform and you're the competitor, do you play dirty like that?
No, but that's just it. Is they're a global marketing company? I almost think that would be seen as a monopoly by the government if they refused people to sell on their platform, because technically a lot of the stuff they sell on the platform could be in direct competition with them because they have 50 different stores selling the same thing. Uh-huh. That's weird. Is that for like real, or are you guys just trolling me? Because that doesn't seem like something Amazon could do and get away with. Let's say Amazon.
So here's the premise regarding the Call of Duty thing, okay?
Yep.
So
holy shit! No, CNN money confirmed.
Wow. Okay,
wow.
So there was a Twitter. Okay. There's the @Call of Duty Twitter hashtag, right? And Call of Duty 3 or Black Ops 3 is coming out. I guess it's set in Singapore.
Okay.
And so they changed their handle on Twitter to Current Events AGG. I don't know what that's supposed to be. And they started sending out these tweets that seemed very, very realistic. For instance, the tweet says, and I'll show what this looks like on my screen here. Update: Singapore authorities have officially announced a state of emergency and declared martial law. So that was on the
Oh.
15th. It looks very realistic, obviously.
Okay.
So apparently they were kind of doing these tweets that were designed to be realistic of what it would have been like to be in Call of Duty, had this all been going on. So you would have seen like social,
Yeah.
like let's say a war broke out inside the United States. So you'd start
Okay.
seeing these media outlets on Twitter, right? Like, area south of Colorado controlled by such and such, avoid area, quarantine and whatever, right? So you imagine
Like
there'd be
War of the Worlds shit going on.
right. So the Call of Duty
Okay.
account was doing this about Singapore with millions of followers on that account, and were freaking people out that they thought there was unrest in Singapore.
Because they were literally just spouting out like scenarios in the game, but people thought it was real.
Right. Leading up to the launch of the game.
Oh my god, how do you screw that? That seems like their marketing department should be like absolutely fired.
Here's a perfect example of that. This happened back in the 50s. Maybe it was a little bit before the 50s, actually. Like you said, War of the Worlds. So
War of the Worlds, yeah.
Orson Welles is
Yeah.
on the radio, and they had this very orchestrated, very, very choreographed radio program that made it sound like Earth was being attacked by Martians.
Yep.
And they were relaying this like syndicated, and people committed suicide thinking
Oh yeah, it caused
that Martians
mass
were coming.
hysteria. Yep.
Right. So they this is
Yeah, they
this
thought
is
they thought the
kinda-
whole planet was under attack and we're gonna be taken over. There's like people were mobilizing and taking guns and running out and shooting at shit. I mean, it was bad.
So this is like the 2015 edition of War of the Worlds, thanks to Call of Duty. See, we all know Call of Duty's bad for you, and this is your proof right here.
And this just put the nail in the coffin. But I'm of the mind that I try to teach people that when you see something on the internet that looks like it's shocking, if it makes you go, double check your sources. Because
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times it's not true. Because I see that all the time. Like I'm, on here, it's like, oh, Morgan Freeman, just destroyed the KKK or something. You're like, oh, wait a second.
So
Hold on,
so
let
you
me
know
go
what Call
back.
you know
Nope,
what
he
Call
didn't
of
do it.
Duty's you know what Call of Duty's wrap up of all of that was to try and like smooth things over. They switched
What was it?
They switched the @Call of Duty Twitter account back to Call of Duty with the proper image, because the other image looked like a globe, like a media outlet would look, like a news outlet.
Yeah.
So they switched it back to say Call of Duty with the little Call of Duty logo, and it was like this was a glimpse into the future fiction of Black Ops 3. Yeah.
What dipshits. Oh my god.
Someone marketing failed hard on that over
I'm just
at-
wondering who thought that was a good idea. Like, you'd have to imagine there was like a boardroom meeting and they were sitting around. It's like, hey, Tony, what do you think we should do about promoting this game? He's like, what if I go on Twitter and I change our image to like the CNN globe? And then I change our name to CNN. And then I
Well,
just start
I
talking
tell you
about...
what, Jerry. I think we should totally fake a war and put it out on media. What do you think? That sounds like a great idea. Banana, banana.
Yeah, I think that's how the response went, pretty much.
Oh my God.
I know we both.
Sorry.
That is inaudible, sir.
I know, I can't even hear... Guys, I can't even hear the voices I'm selecting here. I'm flying blind. Absolutely
Yeah.
flying blind here.
That'd be
let's
like
see.
that'd be like going on Twitter. That'd be like Fox News going on Twitter and is like, nuclear blast set off in Las Vegas. Like for Fallout New Vegas
Yeah.
was real. Was real, and they tweeted like nuclear explosion in Las Vegas. Blah blah blah. Martial law. Could you imagine that? I just couldn't imagine that.
I could. Yeah, I can just see that. All
Well,
kinds
I
of stuff.
can't see.
Like,
I can't. see
Solid
Fox
Snake
doing
was
that.
found under a cardboard box in New York Town Center. What?
I could totally see Fox doing that if you want to know the truth.
I could actually, and nobody would say anything because that's just what you expect. from
Oh,
Fox.
dude! Oh man, Coconut Monkey told me about this, and this is worth talking about. It's going to be a mixture of car talk and tech talk.
Oh yeah, prepare for it. Let's do it.
Did you hear about the 2.1 million cars that have cheated emissions in the United States because Volkswagen
Yeah.
Group was
Yeah, let's
was
talk about the Volkswagen bullshit.
Was faking the numbers in the computer.
Oh, and mega faking. It was like apparently the car was producing twice the carbon emissions of like a Cadillac Escalade.
And then on top of that, the CEO of Volkswagen Group just like split.
Oh,
He's
I
like-
didn't hear that.
Yeah, he got found out and he was like gone.
He's like, I'm out,
Oh,
guys.
man.
I'm out. There's no explaining this shit. Peace.
So it's 1.42 million Audi vehicles alone with the so-called EU5 engine are affected in Western Europe, with 577,000 of them in Germany and almost 13,000 in the U.S., but 2.1 million
Yep.
worldwide between Audi and Volkswagen.
So just to give you guys a little bit more background on this, if you have no freaking clue what we're talking about, generally car emissions are measured through the sensors in the car. There are still some older cars where they put shit in the tailpipe and figured it out, and arguably that's probably how they figured this one out too.
Right.
But generally what they do is if you have a newer model car, they just plug in a connection under your dashboard. It's like USB. It's called OBD3 or OBD2. They plug it in there. They run your car. And the sensors inside of the car basically tell them what the emissions of the vehicle are, and then they either pass you or they don't. Well,
They basically
Volkswagen
are reading-
apparently was
they're
fudging
basically-
all the numbers.
They're basically reading the post-cat O2 sensors, because most modern cars, especially OBD2 cars, you have a O2 sensor pre-cat and post-cat, which is the catalytic converter, and that's what's soaking up all of the crud to keep it out of the air.
And the irony is the second O2 sensor is actually called the California emissions sensor here in Washington.
Yeah, well, guess what? My car has four of them.
Because of you guys, we have to have that. Thank you, Dick.
My Z has 4 of them. There's 4 of them.
Oh my god.
Anyway, even though my Durango though is an OBD2 car, they still put it on the dyno and put the sniffer in, regardless of what the computer says, because it classifies as a glutton. So
Gotcha. But on the smaller cars, they generally don't. But the funny thing is, it wasn't even like it was a minor fudging.
No,
the
this
engine in
was
that car
blatant.
was so grossly polluting. I mean, it was because I remember I was reading the thing and they compared it to, it was either was it petrol, Cadillac, Escalade, or Tahoe? No, it was a Tahoe. It was a Chevy Tahoe, which is a big ass vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying that it had higher emissions than a Chevy Tahoe, which you guys in California have to pay like a gas guzzler tax and shit on because it's like such an inefficient vehicle, right?
My Dodge. They call it
they call it a gas
gross
guzzler tax.
It's actually classified as a gross polluter.
So the question is, now that they know this, do you know anything about the actions? Like in California, are they actually going to impart like gas guzzler on everybody that drives like a TDI or something?
I could see the end user getting hit with an extra fee that's going to be tacked onto your DMV renewals. I could also see California's bureaucracy sending a letter to everyone with one of these cars saying your car has to leave the state. I wouldn't even be surprised. They're just like, you gotta get out. You gotta get
Guys,
out.
if you want to get a cheap
Borders that way.
Volkswagen, just wait a couple of weeks and keep an eye on the papers, man. There's going to be a lot of cheap Volkswagens coming out of California.
I have to wonder what the transfer of sale is going to be like. Buying a new one's one thing, but trying to do private party sale,
That's got to kill the resale value of the car, though. Like, kill it. Like, because you're like, okay, well, I thought I was buying like a really nice, like green, efficient vehicle, but no, I'm just buying a CO2 smogger.
Well, California has stricter laws than the rest of the country. That's why you see 49 state legal and then California legal. These emissions were so far above the limit, it wasn't even federal EPA standard, which is fairly relaxed overall. I mean, it's like, that Audi over there is blowing more black smoke than that Freightliner going down the freeway.
Yeah, I know.
That
Puts out the same emissions as
1972 Freightliner with 2.6 million miles on it. Oh, man.
No. Anyway you look at it, it's pretty fucked up, though. Like, Volkswagen really, really dropped the ball on that one. And it's not like something where they can go, oh, oops, it was a software issue. No, it was absolutely 100% intentional what they did. They probably could not get the engine down to meet emissions at a certain price, so they just figured fudge the software, ship them.
I think that it's the TDI motor, and it's only the TDI motor.
It's the diesel one, yeah.
But that means they obviously weren't able to get that diesel, actually blowing under the emissions that they're supposed to. But what's funny is, in California, and I could be wrong about the TDI, but in California, if you have a diesel truck, you don't have to get smog. There's no emissions for diesel. So, California might be one of those states that's like, unaffected here. you know what I mean? I can't put any go fast parts on my Z, but a TDI can go out there blowing black smoke.
That's really strange because the CO2 emissions on diesel are really high. Like, maybe is that just because there's so much like freight moving in and out of the state that they're just like they turn a blind eye to it?
I have no idea, but I can tell you right now, we see these Ford, or we see the Dodge Cummins and the Duramax diesels from Chevy and the Ford Cummins, or not the Ford Cummins, but the Ford what's the Ford diesel called, whatever it's called. You see these guys putting these pocket programmers on there, and so that they can blow all that black smoke out the tailpipe. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so
Yeah.
you tune a diesel and it starts to look like a locomotive, and I've seen people do that just so that they can sit there in front of the bus stop when the light turns green, floor it, and just spew black smoke all over everybody, and it's legal.
Yeah, or like propane injection. I knew a guy who had diesel. He literally just took a five, the little 5 gallon propane tanks like from your barbecue, and he literally just cut a hole in the intake and stuck a tube in there and epoxied it. And he just turned the thing on and just let it blow into his intake, and the thing would seriously like blow the blackest smoke you've ever seen in your life. But
Right.
it like doubled the horsepower of the vehicle. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's like redneck nitrous.
Yeah, so I saw that and it made me think that means to me anyway that Volkswagen and Audi pretty much, I don't know, is Audi a part of the Volkswagen group? I'm not sure.
Yes, yes, it's
okay.
Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, and there's one other. Come on, what is it? Bugatti.
It's just funny. It means that somebody at some point made it a deliverable to fudge the numbers. Like that.
Yes,
there-
I'm sure it
somebody's-
was like some dude was like, "Oh shit, man. Oh man, we can't get the emissions down to where we told the people we were. This is supposed to be an efficient vehicle. Oh shit, it still gets like 50 miles a gallon though, so it's all right. It's all right. Just
That's
ship
a
it."
good point though. Wasn't a lot of the marketing materials on the TDI about its efficiency and its nature-friendly environment, or it was like supposed to be environmentally friendly?
No, it's literally advertised as like a clean vehicle. Like that's the whole point of getting it, is not just to increase your range, but because it burns less fuel, it produces less emissions. It's that whole, kind of default perception that you have of something, right? You're like, well, it burns less fuel, so it must
Right.
create less emissions. But of course, that fuel is diesel in this case, and they're doing a really, really shit poor job of cleaning the gases coming out of the engine. And it's not messing with the efficiency of the engine. The problem is, in order for them to get what I heard was Volkswagen will have to basically reflash the firmwares on all the recalled cars, and in order for it to get within their emissions envelope, like where they pass, the car actually has to lose significant horsepower and torque.
Right.
And that's going to piss people off. If you went and bought a car that was 200 horsepower and they're like, "Ah shit, we fucked up," and then they drop it down to 120, you're going to be pissed.
It'd be like the 1960s all over again when the muscle cars with the big blocks turned out having small blocks with half the horsepower from one year to the next.
Yeah, exactly. Like, damn it, I wanted a 440. I didn't want a 382 or whatever the hell it is. Speaking though of other cars, a little bit more on the technological front. Did you hear about Elon Musk's new Tesla Model X?
Yeah, and it's kind of weird the way the back doors and stuff go straight up like gull wing doors. The back doors.
Yeah, it's
do
a
it.
trip. It's a trip though, because they're not like the DeLorean doors where they go up and pivot out. They actually
Right.
have like a hinge in the middle of them, so they lift up. They only get away from the car like about 6 inches when they're going up.
Yeah.
So you can actually get in and out in a really tight parking space. And another cool thing is, did you hear like the superfluous feature that they put on there? It's actually a biological warfare button.
What?
Did you read about that? Like, there's
No, I
literally a
didn't.
button on the dashboard you push, and it's biological warfare. And when you put it into that mode, it does a recirculating HEPA filter thing that's capable of filtering out even biological agents.
Oh, so I can imagine now we're driving along and all of a sudden little Jay in the back seats,
Exactly.
and
You
then
can just
turn that
filter
on and
out.
filter out the fart.
I'm thinking it's more for stuff happening outside of the car. So if little Jay was sitting next to the car and she farted, you could roll up your window, hit the biotoxin mode, and you're good.
Right.
But even Elon himself, when he was given the demo of the feature, he was laughing. You could tell it was one of those things where they just created it just because they could. But apparently the car has such a good seal on it in the grade of filters that they use in the system. Like, yeah, it actually would filter out shit like like mustard gas and stuff like that.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
weird.
so you should probably get that down in California. Your guys' air ain't that great anymore.
So there's rumors going around, and I don't know if anyone's mentioned this in chat. I can say right now, as we go into this article, I do have meetings with NVIDIA on a regular basis, but I was not a part of this meeting, so I have no idea if this is true or not. However, there are rumors going around right now about a new dual GM200 GPU. So it'd be like the Titan Z replacement. Okay?
Sell out.
I heard that.
Sell out.
But I'm looking at the chart here, and it's basically showing the entire GTX 900 lineup. I'm gonna show it on the left here. So you got the 950, 960, 970, 980, 980 Ti Titan X, and then coming soon, GPU GM200X2, CUDA cores, twice as many, core clock, pretty high, TDP, lots of watts, memory, many gigabytes, memory bandwidth, many gigabytes per second, price expensive. That's the breakdown of the new card. So
It's kind of vague.
it's kind of vague, but very accurate at the same time.
So
I
wait
know.
a second. They're saying that the CUDA cores in one generation, moving one generation, they're going to double.
No. What it's saying is that this would
Or,
be a dual GPU card.
oh, gotcha.
So
Okay. I get the joke now. It's basically just two. Okay, never
right.
mind.
So
That
they
completely flew over my head.
no, they'd be taking like two Titan X GPUs and putting them on one card, which would be the new Titan Z, basically.
Like, at what point can you even get wires thick enough to power this thing anymore? Like, oh my god.
This wouldn't take any more power than the Titan Z does, though.
Wait, two Titan Z's wouldn't take any more power than a Titan. Oh, is it it's two Titan X's?
Yeah, two Titan. This is looking like two GM200s.
Okay, I see the
which would be-
graphic. It just popped up now. I have a delayed feed here.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay, so it's two. So they're gonna put two Titan X on a single card.
Well, this is the rumors.
And how much would that cost? Or is it gonna be double the price or triple the price?
Well, I don't know. Remember, when you had a Titan Black that was $1,250, and then you put two
Yeah.
of them on one board, it magically added up to $3,000.
I remember. That's what I was wondering about. Is I wonder if we're gonna have like a retake of that, where it's like, well, technically this is the fastest thing we make, so let's put a 50% markup on it.
I don't know. If they launch this, they better let me do a review of one, because I would totally do that in my Titan Z style. I don't know if you saw the video. It was the one where I raged and lit money on fire and broke stuff. I was mad.
I don't watch a lot of your videos because I find that after I watch them, I get angry. Like I feel that they.
You're only angry because you're like, fuck, you made another video. Damn it.
I feel,
Damn it, damn
they
it.
instill anger, and I'm like, why is that Jay guy actually doing what he's supposed to do to be successful on YouTube? Oh my god,
I think our measurement of success is different.
it is. Our measurement of a lot of things is different, Jay.
I woke up this morning already winning.
Hey, that's a good day, man. That's a good day. Here, you want to do some Ask Tech Talks?
I would love to do some Ask Tech Talks.
Ask Tech Talks. Renee, let's see. Oh, Renee Caballero again says Google and Microsoft have agreed to collaborate on certain patent matters and anticipate working together in other areas. Ask Tech Talk. Well, that's not really a question. That's more of a statement. But
Banana.
are you asking what you think about it? Banana.
Banana.
I think it is a great thing.
Banana.
Oh, God. This is what happens anytime Jay gets a new toy. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, this guy. Stop.
Oh, if Paul
Oh,
I'm
man, we
apropos
lost
watching,
all our viewers. Everybody
If-
left.
if Paul I'm apropos watching, I'm pretty sure he just spit coffee all over his screen.
He probably did. I watched that video. He was like losing his shit over that. Oh my god.
Technoscope in chat says ass
Yep.
tech talk. Ass. Tech
So,
talk.
so back to Renee. As far as Google and Microsoft collaborating, it doesn't surprise me at all because Microsoft is obviously poisoning itself to get out of the OS market and into the online services market. So that's why Windows 10 is going to be the final Windows release. It's just going to be an evolution from there. And why they got rid of the test team and everything like that. Why they opened up the .NET framework to all platforms. Why they're building so many more cross-platform applications. I mean, you put it all together, and it pretty much shows that Microsoft wants to be in the business of creating things that are available on every available platform instead of trying to fight to be the most prominent platform.
Wait,
Damn it, Jay.
Microsoft laid off its entire test team?
Yes.
When did that happen?
About a year ago. You're such a dick. I hate you so much, Jay. I hate you so much. And now I have to spend a couple days with you again in November. I'm not looking forward to that at all, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, the pranks are gonna be real because I'll be vlogging that weekend.
Dude, one of us is probably going to become mortally wounded by the
Hey,
end of the weekend.
so-
Heads up.
So, my wife and baby going up to Seattle with you? This is the
Yeah.
first time in 15 years that my wife and I have ever flown anywhere together.
That is amazing balls.
My balls are amazing,
Great.
thank you.
They are majestic even. No, it's gonna be cool when you guys fly up here. It'll be nice for our wives to get together and bond while we're on our journey down to Portland.
You're very echoey and robotic, like you're in a bathroom stall.
I just turned it off because the robot sound font thing is for poor people.
Oh, okay. I see. All right, grab another topic, sir, while I go banana.
Banana. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's see. Nathan Bodyford asks, what about the Pascal processor? Plans for that in the GTX line? I know nothing about the Pascal processor. You're going to have to take this one, Jay.
What was the question?
What about the Pascal processor? Plans for that in the GTX line.
It's
Do you
called
know
the
anything
GPU.
about a Pascal processor?
You know what? Okay, so I did a video.
Well, yeah, but it's still a processor. It's just a graphics processor.
Its architecture is entirely different. You know that. Okay, so you guys see those graphics cards right there on the table. I just benchmarked all of those for that NVIDIA evolutionary video where I took the 580 up to the Titan X and did a performance comparison between them, kind of seeing if Moore's law holds true with graphics cards. And I mentioned Pascal in that and about how we could maybe or maybe not predict what Pascal is going to be. But Pascal is going to be a whole different architecture. It's going to be HBM or high bandwidth memory, where it's stacked RAM on top of each other, very close.
Oh yeah, you
proximity to the
have
GPU.
talked about that before. The stacked RAM.
Right, but NVIDIA decided to skip HBM Gen 1 altogether, while AMD went with Gen 1, and Pascal's supposed to be Gen 2. Now, a lot of the misconception here, and it makes me kind of irritated when I see people represent this piece of misinformation as fact, because it has started to create rumors that aren't true, and that is that the Pascal is supposed to be 10 times faster than the Titan X. And now here's the thing. Jen's son at GPU conference got up on stage and talked about Pascal and said 10 times the performance of Titan X. Yes, he said that, but he did not say 10 times the performance in Titan X in games. He said 10 times
Correct.
he said 10 times the compute power of Titan
Yeah,
X.
we're talking raw CUDA performance, right? For like number crunching, not necessarily
because
transferring textures to and from memory and all that stuff that comes with gaming.
But it's a little bit of a misleading stat in itself to get up and say we're going to be Pascal's going to be 10 times faster than DirectX at Direct Compute or DirectX Titan X at Direct Compute. They stripped Direct Compute and they stripped most of the Direct Compute functionality off of the Titan X. So the Titan Black and the Titan Z are their Direct Compute cards right now. So they're comparing it to something that doesn't even equate to being the same level of direct compute performance and saying it's 10 times faster, when really it might only be 4 times faster than, say, a Titan Z or a Titan Black. Do you see me? So I think there was a little bit of wool pulling over the eyes on that one.
There usually is in marketing and things like that. You know, it's just like in your automobile. They're like, this car has 350 horsepower, and then you drive it right off the lot into the dyno, and it's like, your car has 250 horsepower, and you're like, what the fuck? Oh, we forgot to mention that, you know, the drive line takes a little out, the gearbox takes a little out, this takes a little, the torque of the motor and the shock absorbers, that takes a little out. So what you're left with is 250. So even though you ever only have 250 usable horsepower, they still look at you and be like, yeah, that car's got 350.
That's why brake horsepower really doesn't mean anything.
Correct.
It doesn't mean that.
Correct. It really doesn't, because
you could take something that has 500 brake horsepower but have an extremely inefficient driveline and lose 40% of it.
You know, the funny thing is, if you think about it, like if you take an all-wheel drive car that has 500 horsepower, you put it next to a rear-wheel drive car that has 500 horsepower, which one of those two cars is going to have a higher top speed, given that they're the same shape, the rear wheel is going to kick its ass, because that all-wheel drive has multiple gearboxes and multiple differentials, and those all suck energy. They all bleed energy. So anything that generates heat is eating energy, and if you have to put oil in it, guess what? That's because it's generating heat. It's like,
or friction.
It's crazy. What's that? Or friction, which still friction is slowing something down and creating heat as a byproduct.
Right, but the only reason you put oil in an engine is so you don't get the metal fusing and melting together.
Oh, correct.
The engine's kept cool by the coolant. That was really weird.
What?
Your camera, I know you were sitting there in one position, and then like next frame was you with your finger in your mouth. It just like teleported. Oh, it did it again. Like your face just went. Your face just went from normal. Fast. If you look at the stream on the playback, your face just went from normal to like a crooked face. It's weird.
Must be my medicine, Jay. No, just kidding. No. Man. What I was saying is, in a water-cooled engine, of course, water is circulated through the block to carry the heat away. But also the oil itself does absorb a lot of heat from the motor. I mean, that's why a lot of people like to put oil coolers and stuff on their engines too, because it's not as efficient as cooling with air, or sorry, as cooling with water. But like an air-cooled engine, same thing. I mean, they'll circulate oil and stuff through the block and then purge it off of there, but it's just not nearly as efficient.
But a lot of the reason too why people put oil coolers on their cars is as the oil gets above its operating temperature, it loses viscosity. So it breaks down, and then you lose your slick, factor of it.
Oh no, absolutely, I get that, but the whole point is you want to take as much heat away from the engine as you can. You want the engine to remain at a certain operating temperature. You don't want to run away because, like you said, gears will start to fuse, the metal will weaken. So it's all about keeping things cool.
Unless it's AMD, then they just don't give a fuck about the heat.
Or if it's a Porsche, if you have some Porsches actually have, what do they call them, dry sump cooling systems? Have you seen those?
Yep.
Where they're literally 15 quarts of oil and the oil is the coolant.
Yep.
And it's like, I think about owning one of those cars and I'm like, shit, every time you go to get an oil change, it's like $150, $200. Be like, nah, pass. I'd rather just use that cheap free water shit that comes out of my hose in my front yard. That's way better.
Grab another topic, sir.
All right, let's do this. Let me refresh the Ask Tech Talk tag here on Twitter. We have Paul saying, banana. I wonder, Ask Tech Talk, would Jay and Jerry want to participate in Sloshed Saturday?
I'm going to be in San Diego this Saturday.
Yeah, this weekend I can't do anything, but sign me up for one of these weekends because I will totally do Sloshed Saturday. That actually sounds like a brilliant idea.
Now that you're not on that same medicine when I'm not there, you can get sloshed.
I know, right? Well, actually, I'm still on that medicine. I just choose to get sloshed too now.
Great.
So kidneys aren't that important. I heard that they can 3D print them. I read that somewhere, so we're good.
I read an article today about it takes 48 hours from start to finish to completely print a prosthetic arm, including installing all of the mechanics and the motors and stuff.
I can do you one better. You can actually 3D print an entire mechanical arm that has absolutely no electronics in it whatsoever and is actuated by the muscle in the arm for like $20. Oh yeah, they unveiled it at Maker Faire. I'll have to show you sometime.
You go to wipe your butt and it breaks off?
Pretty much. It snaps off and you just print another one because it's like $10 of material. But no, it's really cool. A company, God, I wish I could remember the name of them right now, but they're a nonprofit that designed this 3D mechanical arm that actually can open and close by you bending your elbow. And so so what they do is they pair these children that need these arms with people like me that have 3D printers, and and then we just print them an arm and send it to them. So I'm totally going to do that. I'm going to do a whole video on that once I get everything up for it. And then what they do is they just take this this material that you basically like get wet and they form it to their arm, and then when it dries it creates like a solid like little suction socket that fits on their arm, where then that ties into the 3D part and bonds it together, and then they got a little robotic arm. It's actually pretty cool. And it's all with like
Someone told me to do that, chat.
That's gonna throw me off my game like so hard.
Jay, if I ask really, really nicely, please stop doing that.
Fine, I guess I'll stop. Creepy.
Why did you ever show me this program? This has ruined Tech Talk forever.
No.
Tech Talk is now ruined for absolute ever because of you. I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you, Jay.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You shut up.
Yeah. Oh, are we gonna do this now?
Shut up. You can't shut me up. Whoa, what? Okay, that was scary.
Doing that. We're gonna make our viewers pee their pants. Stop. Let's see. Jacob, ask Tech Talk. You guys should clean up your chat a little bit on YouTube. It's getting bad. Need some mods. Nah, we just don't look at chat. Don't look at chat, guys.
Why?
We don't look at chat. Why do you look at chat?
Why would I assign someone else to be a moderator of my chat? That gives them control to have control over the comments in the chat, and I think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, just don't read the chat. Like, you guys want to talk to us on Twitter.
I know. Do people really come here to read the chat?
Yeah, nobody like goes there to read the chat. Only the chat's the troll. That's where the trolls live.
The only
they
person
just live let them live in the chat.
The only person I would really imagine caring about the chat is the same person that you say, "Hey, what YouTubers do you like to watch?" and they go, "What's YouTube?" Right?
Yeah, something like that.
You're new around here, aren't you, sir?
A little bit. I've never done this
Not
before.
you. The people wanting. Oh my god. Oh.
Jay, why do you treat me so badly?
I want to be oblivious one day, just for the heck of it.
Being oblivious is the new kind of oblivious, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh man, you sound like a squeaker from Call of Duty.
Is that what it is? It's supposed to be the woman. I think I screwed up some settings in this because nothing sounds like it did when I first started it. I done brokestered it.
Didn't take long for you to
I know it never does. When did I become such a technology destroyer here? Oh wait, I had the breathy track effect on. There we go. Hey,
Is this better now?
What?
Does it still sound really weird or what?
You kind of sound like I imagine how Coconut Monkey would have sounded when he was 7.
So super deep. Just kidding. Lurders. Let's see here.
Ladies.
Slaughterhouse Gamer says the TDI engines have 3 times more emissions than my Holden with a 3.8 liter Buick motor, 2.5 inch catback exhaust, and 100 PCI catalytic converter. Wow. I think isn't a Holden just Australian Ford?
I think so.
I thought I heard that somewhere that Holden is basically just rebranded Fords.
But then why does it have a Buick in it?
That's a good point, actually. Well, he might have put that in there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Whoa, things just got really dark on your end.
My light went out, guys. Sorry. Candle got blown out. Let's see here. Nathan Bottaford asks, PETG tubing. Places to look for lengths greater than 500 millimeter. Got any ideas?
You just have to go to some raw plastic supplier. I got some 6-foot links, but I got them from a plastic supplier online, not like a water cooling site.
Yeah, you probably have to, because like most
Javier,
people
I
use
am
that
not
length.
disabling live chat. Shut up, dude. God, you're as bad as everyone else by spamming disable chat, disable chat, disable chat, disable chat.
That's what I don't get about people. Is like, why do they not know how to just look somewhere else? Like,
look at us.
I don't
Look
get
at
that.
us.
It's like
we're right here. Just
you're
look
like
at
disable
us.
chat, shut down chat, stop. Oh my god, censorship everywhere. No, I don't get it. Just don't look at it. You don't have to look at the chat. You don't. You literally can look anywhere else. Come look at our Twitter. Our Twitter is far less abusive.
Sometimes.
Let's see here. That's
Not-
true.
not
Because
from our
think about it, guys.
perspective.
If we disabled chat, then the trolls would all have to go somewhere else, and then they'd start pouring into all of our other locations. So we'd rather just keep them over there in their little prison, sand chatting, and they can just sit over there and think about their lives and reflect on how much their mothers don't love them.
It's funny how you mentioned our social media, really. From our perspective, it's like, Jay, you're awesome. Jay, you're an idiot. Jay, you're dumb. Jay, I love your videos. Jay, why don't you kill yourself? Jay, why don't you... It's like, I don't know
There's
what
always
to
got to
think.
be a
I
kill
don't know what to
yourself
think.
in there somewhere, though. Like
It's
that's how you know you're successful on YouTube, when people tell you to kill yourself daily.
It's like, wow, I only had 14 death threats today.
I know, you're like, and then you're like a little sad because you feel like you're becoming irrelevant.
I know, right? Nobody's telling me to kill myself today.
I know, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. James asked, Jay, can you talk my soul, please? I think he meant to say take. Can you take James's soul, please?
I don't know. Does that have any
Just do
value?
it. Just do it. Well, I mean, I don't know. Here, let me click on him and see. Okay, so it's at Pinking5.
Coconut.
He has.
Coconut
He only has
Monkey-
38 followers, and he's
You
an
know-
Eagle Scout.
Eagle Scout's kind of cool. Coconut Monkey is kind of the VW connoisseur of the group. He just sent me an SMS that says VW putting Duramax Cummins and Power Stroke to shame.
I know, right? Oh
No,
yeah,
he's
if he was in any southern state, he'd be set. Like Midwestern southern state, he'd be good to go.
He's actually the
With
one who
your
told me
Volkswagen.
about that last week when we were doing the suspension, when we were putting the KWs and stuff in my Z.
Yep.
He was like, "Hey, did you hear about this?"
Hey, we got a good question here. Fernando Lopez asks, "What program do you use for your voice changer?" Well, I'm actually going to let Jay tell you, since he was the one that found it.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I am using a program called MorphVox. Like Morph and Vox. And you can play with it. And you can even make what sounds like sound effects. Like here. We're going to go into downtown New York. And we'll play that. Is it going? Oh yeah, it is going. So now it sounds like we're in the city. And it's like, hey, taxi, come here. And then
Hey,
you can be
Uber,
like,
over here.
then you can be like, whoa, shots fired, whoa, wow, wow, stop it, Linus, stop it. So you can
Dude,
be
I
doing
haven't
stuff
found
like
the
that.
sound effects. Hey, where are the sound effects at?
What? Where it
I
says
found 'em.
sound effects?
I found it. Got it.
It's literally in the middle of the program. And he's like, where's sound effects?
Right here?
Can you stop that?
I will. Hey, we have our own laugh track for this whole show. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So it's fun. So I can be like this. Watch. I'll be like, ah.
This is officially the lowest because of this.
This is terrible.
Hey, Jay.
Do you remember on AOL?
Wait, here we go.
they used
Here,
to
we
have
just got a
like
follow-up question.
Barney being shot? Like, I love you, you love me,
Oh my God.
we're
That's what I deal with
boom,
pre-show, guys.
boom.
Pre-show, that's what I deal with.
And then Barney's dead.
Are you done? Oh my God, I hate you.
Ever since you've disappeared from YouTube, I've like soaked up all your stupidness.
You have too. I'm gonna have to get some of that back.
So on my video that I did yesterday, where I actually wore a wig and started like I did the remember. You know, it's funny because I actually was doing like the sped up voice thing before you were, and then I stopped doing it, and then you started doing it. But what's funny is I started doing it again, and someone yesterday was like, "Awesome video, Barnacles." I'll be honest. I was like, "Hey, at least someone's uploading videos." Oh,
burn. I get burned in the comments so much. It's funny. Like, people want more videos, and they think the best way to get more videos is by insulting me about not making videos.
stop eating, Jerry. Stop eating.
Yeah, stop eating. You stop that. Like, I posted a picture of my meal the other night, and everybody in the little chat underneath like, "Well, no wonder you got gout." Well, duh, but it was delicious.
And here I am today. We went to the candy store to get the Bean Boozled for our really disgusting vlog that's going up tonight. And while I was there, I bought a 2-pound peanut butter cup.
All right, guys. Well, enjoy Skinny Jay. Well, you got him because he's on his way back. The roller coaster has hit the bottom.
No.
I welcome you back, Fatty McFat Tits. I really do.
You will welcome me back with beer and pizza.
Yeah, when you get up here, I'm seriously like, it's gonna be like deep dish every day. In Portland, we're just gonna always have a deep dish at the go, and then when it gets down to one slice, we're gonna order another one and just daisy chain deep dishes next to the computer. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm bringing my bike. No, in all seriousness though, I do kind of want to try one of those donuts. What are they called?
Oh, voodoo donuts.
Voodoo donuts.
Yeah, gotta have a voodoo donut if you're going down there. And plus, we gotta go have some microbrews too, because you haven't lived until you've had like a 14% alcohol beer that doesn't taste like it has alcohol in it.
Well, hey, our gym our hotel has a gym. I'll just utilize it.
There you go. Done. I'll join you down there too. I'll sit on the chair and motivate you while I'm playing on my iPhone. Let's see. So Big Fly MM asks, how many Twitter followers makes you relevant? I don't know. Let me click on you and see here.
I felt relevant with 25 because I was like, hey,
so
25
he's got
follow me.
18 followers. Okay, so here's what makes you relevant. If you have more followers than you're following, then you're relevant, right?
So unfollow people if you're following more than 18.
So that's what you're doing. Is you just need to unfollow. Like, let's say, so Big Fly, you're following 70, but you're only being followed by 18. So just unfollow it down to about 16. So you're only following 16, then you have 18 following you, and then you're relevant because you have more people following you than you're following. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't think there's really an answer to that, though. Honestly, is there?
No, there isn't. I'm pulling shit out of my ass here. You know what makes you relevant? If you think you're relevant. Be narcissistic. That's my advice.
Self-promote.
Self-promote.
I don't even do that.
If there is somebody willing to listen to you, then say things. That's what I'm saying. Let's see
say
here.
them like this. Da, 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 da.
Here's a good one, Jay. This one might take us a while to answer.
Oh.
0_1 Ask Tech Talk. What is the software you were using?
Oh God! I just answered that.
No. He's not saying what specific software. He's just saying what software we're using. So do you want to go through the list of like all the software you use on everything?
All right, I've got about 40 icons on my desk. So on the very top left is the recycle bin. Now the recycle bin is what you use actually if there's some unused files or maybe things that are just cluttering up some space. You can move it to the recycle bin, and then when you feel the recycle bin is full enough, you can just right-click empty recycle bin. And files that are really big though will tell you that they're too big for the recycle bin, and then have to ask the moment you go to recycle it if you just want to delete it now.
Jay, I need
below
you to do
that,
something really quick.
I have Skype. Now, Skype is actually a VoIP, or a voice over IP, which is a program you can use to communicate with people anywhere around the world by utilizing only your internet connection and bypassing all of the long-distance fees, getting the phone company out of the equation. And you can just have like direct phone calls like Jerry and I are right now. You can get on a video chat. So you can be chatting right now with someone in like Indo-freaking-nesia, and it's as if we were just sitting here having a conversation. Now, below that is Audacity. Audacity is a program that I actually use to do a lot of audio recordings.
Jay.
You sound like what I imagine an engine would sound like underwater.
I just noticed something. I glanced over and looked at the live stream, and I noticed something. I think you accidentally left a graphic on top of my head.
No, that's been there since last week.
I think we need to move that.
Oh, you're right. Hold on. I'll fix it.
I am deeply, deeply offended by that turd.
I
on
said
my,
I will
on my,
fix it. Anyway,
very
okay,
sad
so
right now.
so under Audacity I have Battlefield 4. Now Battlefield 4 is
Fuck!
actually like the 6th installment of the Battlefield series. Or maybe it's the 7th actually. Because there were a couple expansions for Battlefield 2, and then there's Bad
I
Company,
did this.
Bad Company 2.
I did this.
But anyway, it's a great game. It was produced by DICE. It actually started off more as a mod, and then anyway, below that's
Yeah.
Minecraft. Now here's Minecraft. You told me to explain my programs.
All right, guys, I'll be back in a little while.
I don't know what you do. Where's the Jurgens? Anyway. Okay, so underneath Minecraft is Crisis 3.
Okay, enough. Oh my God, will somebody DDoS him? Jesus. Get,
All right.
get me out of this. Just kidding.
You asked. Okay, and I think I was doing a
I
pretty
did.
damn good job of explaining, especially what Skype was.
You did an amazing job. You were just driving me absolute batshit crazy, and I was ready to like just start murdering. Let's see.
All right, I'm fixing that graphic though. Just taking me a minute to fix it.
Oh, dude, I'm just kidding. I don't care if I have shit on my head. It's fine. Let's see. Reviews by Gary
Metaphorically or
Ask
in
Tech Talk.
person?
No, just don't put. No, I'm not into that. What is it? What's it called? Scat? No, scat. Right?
Oh God.
You
Did
poop
you
on
have-
people.
Did you have to?
Yeah. Hashtag scat.
Dude. Oh,
What?
stop
I didn't
it.
say you type it in.
No, I don't even want to hear about it.
I think that's what it's called, isn't it?
When
Come
I was
on,
like
wanna-
when I was like 14,
Can
I was
somebody
like,
confirm it, please, in chat?
Yes,
Like,
yes,
is that what it
it's
is
called-
when people like
yes.
to poop on each other? Like,
yes, it's called scat. And the only reason I know that is because a friend of mine one day was like, "Hey man, you ever seen scat?" And I'm like, "What the hell is scat?" So I went and looked it up one day when I was like 14, and I was scarred for life. I mean, like, anyone remember Two Girls, One Cup? For the love
Oh
of
God,
God.
that took more than 2 times to get through without throwing up.
You actually got through it?
I got through it. It took
Oh
3
my
times, but I did.
God.
The first time I watched it, I literally was sitting Indian style in my friend's room, and he's like, "Hey, look over here," and I look up, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And I just started. I had to grab my mouth and run to the bathroom, and I threw up.
You were
And
getting
then the
turned on, and you know it.
Second time I watched, well, I mean, it's very, you have very strange emotions, but no, the second time I watched it, I started like you know that feeling you get when you're seasick, where you like feel like
Sweaty
you feel
and
like
stuff.
lightheaded and kind of cold sweaty. I
Right.
felt that way, and it wasn't until the third time I actually made it through. So technically, I'm like a serial killer now or something because I watched that. Let's see
terrible.
here. Slaughter
Terrible.
Hoos Gaming said Holden is a rebranded Pontiac. Ah, okay.
Oh, so that'd be why there's a Buick in there, because it's part of GM.
That makes sense. Thank you for that. Let's see here. Oh, what do you think about Google's Project Fi? Actually, I keep getting accepted to the program, but I don't have a mobile device that supports it yet. Although I did hear that they just recently expanded the devices supported. But have you heard anything about that, Jay?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I just was like sitting here, honestly, tasting like vomit in my mouth.
Did you just
Because-
put a giant Ubu graphic on the feed? What? No, you get no.
No.
I'll go back to the poop. Thank you.
Guys, I'm not even kidding. The wife and I and little Jay, we did the Bean Boozled challenge today, and it's just like random. I burped, and like randomly, it was like the vomit bean came back. So it like tricked my body to think I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. It's terrible. It's so bad. You better watch that, Jerry.
Oh my God, I will. I'll watch that one for you, bro.
Oh.
I'll do it. So yeah. Anyways, the Google Project Fi, it's something that kind of interests me. Right now, I'm kind of locked in on a contract with my current provider, but I like the idea that Google, if I remember right, Google Fi can actually move seamlessly between Wi-Fi and cellular antennas without breaking signals. So you can like be talking on your phone and just walk in someplace with Wi-Fi, and it'll automatically switch over. Which I think is kind of cool. And I think it's got a lot higher data use on the plans, which would also be cool. Speaking of cellular data use, though, I was telling you earlier, I actually got a cellular modem now for my Mushrooms network appliance. So now I have 4 internet connections, 2 cable, 1 DSL, and a cellular 4G LTE,
Nice.
and they're all failover. So now I even have more DDoS protection for the DDoS protection. Pretty excited about that.
You're redundant of the DDoSing protection.
I am redundant as a redundant cube. That's what I am.
Okay.
Let's see what else we got here.
You sure you haven't been drinking already?
No, I haven't. I did take my pain medicine though for my gout foot and my back.
Okay.
Let's see, Frankie. Now I got Paul on the feet. God
The
damn it.
shoulder,
This
the
is-
shoulders line up perfectly on that picture with you in real life.
Just leave it there. It's fine. I'll just be Paul for the rest of the feed. This is cool. Let's see here. Any
Paul's
recommendation-
nerdgasm.
Oh, Steve Rodriguez asks, any recommendations on a small frame camera for being a tourist and taking pictures while on the go?
If you want to go with something like that, you'd really be stuck with something like, honestly, like a Mark RX 100. You really, I know
the
you don't
RX
like
100
yours.
M3 was it just, but my problems
For
were
video.
build quality. It
For
took
video,
but
it
it took
wasn't
great
great.
pictures.
Yeah, I was supposed to say for
Look.
video, it wasn't the best solution because battery life sucked. It got really hot. Your
Yes.
little shutter thing wouldn't open and close.
Autofocus was a joke. That's one thing I don't get is like I got the FDR AX33, right, which is properly a camcorder. I'll give it that. But the focus on it is dead on. I have yet to have it drift focus on the entire trip to New York. I'm moving around, walking around my wireless mic and everything, and that thing is locked onto me like a cruise missile. But then you pull out the RX 100 and the damn thing just goes background, foreground, background, foreground, background, foreground. Even if you're like in solar flare levels of light, it does not work.
Right.
I don't know how that made it through like quality control at all.
Yeah, it had really good reviews and stuff when it first came out, but yeah, it seemed to over time, like when the test of time came around, it really seemed to
I'm
fail.
curious to see if because they made a M4 version of it right after it bought the M3, so I'm curious if they worked out any of those issues with it. But yeah, they took away the hot shoe, took away the ability for you to connect external audio to it. I mean, they really nerfed the hell out of it.
Right.
Let's see. Jaden H asks, "Are you planning on upgrading your 4K TVs soon?" Two 4K. Yes, actually, I'm already. Now I got a Santa cap on. Oh my god. So, guys, it's delayed for me when I look over. I just see Jay having fun with us. I swear that guy's got ADHD. But yeah, no, I am absolutely planning on upgrading. I'm talking to LG right now, Vizio, and a couple of other companies about. I'm trying to find the right screen. I need to find a screen that's in excess of 40 inches. I'm not going to get anything smaller than 40 inches because it just wouldn't look right in my setup.
Because you're
And-
you're a whore, that's why.
Yeah, I know, and I want 60 hertz over DisplayPort. Minimum. What I would like is a screen capable of doing 120 at 1080p and 60 at 4K. But so far, the only screens I found that are capable of doing that are on the smaller side, like 30-ish inches. And they're usually like from Korean companies that don't, ship anything here in the United States. You have to have everything imported.
Right.
So I haven't really made up my mind yet. But
You've
I've
been talking about
to
that forever,
Wendell.
though. I wish it would just
and
happen already.
Well, I've been talking to Wendell from Tech Syndicate, and he does the most amazing tests on these monitors. I mean, the guy comes back and he totells me everything you'd ever want to know about the panel in the monitor, not even necessarily the brand, but like the circuits and shit in it. And
Right.
he's told me about a couple that I think fit the bill of what'll work for me. But I'm scared to jump the gun because it's like I've had these screens for so long and they've been so great, but I'd be stupid not to go up to 4K. I really would. At this size, 4K would make a hell of a lot more sense.
Yeah, at that screen
yes.
size, yeah. Because the 28-inch for 4K is way too small.
Oh my God, really? Really, Jay? Really? You had to put the shirt picture back up there?
That is my favorite
Oh my
picture I
God.
own. That is my favorite
Oh my
picture I
God.
own.
You know what? You should just get that framed and just put it up on the wall in your computer room and just have it randomly be in the background of videos and people just think you're really weird.
See, so I want it off. I want it off. Take it off. He did. See, he took his shirt off.
Oh my God, I
man.
did.
Once
I take my shirt
again,
off.
if you guys don't know how I got that picture one day, I was at work and I just got a random SMS message, and that was what it was. It was a picture of him with his shirt off like that. So then I memed it. Follow us on Twitter, and I'll put my shirt back on. And we got a few hundred followers that day too.
We did. That was actually that was a very successul campaign that you ran there, Jay. Very successful.
Sickness Untamed says, "I'm following."
Oh my God.
Oh, but see, this is why I love doing Tech Talk, because I like that fight. Okay, well, remember the thumbnail you made of me? You don't remember the thumbnail you made of me, do you?
No, the crackhead one, right?
Yes.
The one where you're in front of the meth lab? Yeah, I love that
No,
one.
no,
was
not
great.
that one. This one where I was in front
Oh.
of Skunkworks. You'll see it right now. It'll pop up in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, you made this of me. It was pretty terrible, actually. This was when you were here visiting, but you'll see it.
Yeah, me? Oh, is it the one with the big eyes?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. That was so disturbing. Did you use that in one of your thumbnails for your video, too?
I did.
I think you did. I remember.
All right,
People
so
hate it. People hate those big eyes, dude. They absolutely hate them. Oh my god,
Grab us
drives them nuts.
another. Grab us another question here.
All right, let's see what we got here. Well, let me refresh. No new questions. Actually, we've exhausted them.
Well,
Somebody just tweeted out that picture of me. Mods. Stop putting this on there. Oh god, that picture. I remember that. Oh,
my head's all
God.
caved in and stuff. I just spit a little water
Oh.
right now.
Oh, I totally forgot about that picture, Jay. I totally did. That is so bad. The chin too. It's like a little pointy chin. Your little cat's ass mouth. Oh my god, freaking horrible. Killer Class Remix says, "What is a great gaming laptop?" Also, Barnacles, how many 3D printers do you have, and what are the brands? Well, as far as gaming laptops,
I got one right
I don't have a
here.
lot of. Wait,
I
yeah,
got
what's
one right here.
you're using Asus, right?
Asus GK751. This is a 1080p G-Sync panel. They also make them in 4K panel, and they got a new one coming out that actually has
Okay.
full 980 in it. This one has a 980M, and the new one's gonna have a full 980 in it. So I'll be doing a comparison between this one with the 980 in it, as well as a desktop 980. So we'll see, and we'll be checking for things like thermal throttling and heat and all of that sort of stuff.
So one of the things I'm doing is I can't divulge any details, but I will be getting a new laptop here in the next month or two, and I do want to start doing some testing with Thunderbolt external GPUs for like running like dual 980s and one internal, one on the Thunderbolt. I'm curious to see how well it works.
It's gonna
Let's-
work like two laptop GPUs going at the same time.
It's just so weird having an external GPU. Have you seen those, like the little cabinets that they put? Like, yeah, it's so crazy
They
that
started
works.
showing
That the
those off.
Thunderbolt buses that fast. It just blows my mind.
They started showing that off at CES.
It's pretty cool stuff. And as far as the 3D printers that I have an Ultimaker Original, Ultimaker 2, Ultimaker 2 Extended, a CreatorBot 3D, full spectrum laser SLA printer called the Pegasus 3D, and CME CNC is actually going to be building me a Delta here pretty soon. So that'll be my first Delta printer. So those are the printers that I have and on the way.
I'm going to answer a question here from DJ Trizzle316 in chat. He says, I've been hurting my head with what is better, 6700K or 5820K? All right, so the 6700K, if you guys don't know, is Skylake. It's the predecessor to Devil's Canyon. It is a 4-core, 8-thread i7 with a little bit different architecture in there from Devil's Canyon. Fairly decent overclocker. The 5820K is a 6-core, 12-thread. Was it a 20 megabyte cache or something? No, smaller than that. I don't remember exactly what the cache was, but it would be a better CPU for more hyper-threaded applications. Now, for gaming, you wouldn't really see much difference, if any, between the 5820K and the 6700K. In fact, 6700K is showing better single-core performance in various compute tasks. So, it really comes down to this. Are you building a gaming machine that you might do some YouTube, you might do some live streams and stuff on? 6700K all the way. If you're going to play less games, you're going to be doing a lot of intensive tasks like video editing, picture editing, and just need more power in terms of multi-threaded applications like the Adobe Creative Suite or Sony Vegas or whatever, then 5820K, honestly. But the 5820K is also not the great choice if you're looking at doing something like SLI configs or even like 3-way SLI is not even an option, 2-way SLI, unless you have a PLX, a board with PLX chips on it. I would still say 6700K because of the limited PCI Express lanes on the 5820K.
Dude, you seriously should work at Geek Squad with all that knowledge.
Man, Geek Squad can't handle this.
Customers wouldn't understand the thing you were saying.
The manager wouldn't understand anything I'm saying.
I know. You'd be the emperor of Geek Squad.
If you have a board that has PLX on it, though, it doesn't really matter if you don't have enough raw CPU lanes because the PLX can actually take care of it.
I just noticed that Jay talks about computers like I talk about 3D printers. It's actually quite entertaining.
It's only taken you 65 episodes to realize that?
Well, no, I've never heard you really get into it this hard. Like, this question somehow sparked something in your inner being. Like, I'm seeing a whole new passion.
No, you know why?
Come out.
Because it's
Why?
something that everyone's dealing with right now. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna build a new computer. Do I get the 6700K or do I get a 5820K?
I heard
that
that Skylake's for poor people though for overclocking.
Actually, it's pretty good.
Does it overclock pretty good?
I haven't opened mine out of the box yet. No, in all honesty, Intel. I fell through the cracks at Intel. I was supposed to have one prior to launch. It never showed up, and then finally they literally called me on the phone to apologize. Like, oh my God, we're so sorry. We had some changeover of management and employees, and there was some shuffling around, and we had to lay off our entire test team, and so I wasn't able to. No, I'm just kidding. They didn't really lay off their entire test team, but anyway.
Yeah,
so
that would
they
be
apologized, and then they were like, "We'll overnight it to you." And then the next day it didn't come, and I emailed them. They're like, "Oh yeah, sorry, the shipping department accidentally sent it ground." So it came a week later than it was supposed to. It's here now, and I do have a build set aside for it. But yeah, no, 6700K is a solid CPU. X99 is not something that a lot of people need. But I will say this though, when it comes to just pure performance. A lot of people honestly think that the 6700K and Z170 is a higher tiered component lineup than X99 and the 5000 series because it's a bigger number. Don't you hate that?
That's no. You know what I hate more is that companies fucking name their stuff to give you that impression. Like the whole GPU lineup thing that they do, where it's like not necessarily because it's a bigger number, it's a better card, right? I mean that drives me nuts. It's like, damn it.
Yeah.
2 is bigger than 1 and 3 is bigger than 2. So would you please just like with OS versions just move forward?
The GTX 950 has to be faster than the 780 because it's a bigger number. But that's obviously not the case. So
I know, that's so confusing. You're talking about other people being too stupid to figure out. It's like me, I have the same problem. I'm like, God damn, it's a bigger number. That should be better. 64 gigs of RAM is better than 32 gigs of RAM. Oh wait, but what if the 32 gigs of RAM is faster? Oh damn it, didn't consider that.
I see some discussion in chat though now about, well, the Z170 has more lanes, but you understand that doesn't matter unless you are running a lot of graphics cards, more than 2 graphics cards, or SLI with a sound card, with a network card. I mean, PCI lanes are only going to matter for things that are going to be hooked up directly to the PCI Express lanes. So it's not going to make that much of a difference. And most motherboards are now coming with PLX, which I said negates the lane bottlenecking.
I don't even know what PLX is, dude. What is PLX?
I don't remember the exact acronym. Let me look it up real quick. But PLX basically it's like synthetic. It adds lanes to your motherboard so that you can actually get more PCI Express lanes to the CPU, but they're not native CPU lanes.
Oh, I got it. It's kind of like an emulated sort of deal.
Pretty much.
Okay. Let's see here. We have whoa, I cannot pronounce this guy's name. Isaias.
Must be a good one.
Isaias, I think. Isaias Santillion asks any advice on learning C++. If you guys want to learn to code, because I know I haven't been making CodeGasms lately. All right, I'm trying to get back to that. But in the meantime, if you already watched all my CodeGasms and you're bored and you want to go learn something else, go to either pluralsight.com or go to lynda.com. Those are the 2 best sites on the internet for learning a programming language, especially if you don't know a lot to begin with. Okay, I'm done.
Go to lynda.com/J.
Oh, now you're just going to be all jumping my affiliate now. Huh? All right, no, it's okay.
Is your affiliate still active anyway?
I don't even think it is. It might be. I don't remember.
They had some good 3D printing stuff up there, which is how you kind of.
Oh God, Lynda's the better site if you want to learn everything. If you just want to do programming, Pluralsight has a little bit more professional reviews than Lynda, but Lynda had a wider range of things to learn. And the one thing I liked about Lynda was you could literally just go on there and just learn about software packages. Like if you want to go learn how to use like Adobe Premiere, you want to go learn how to use 3D slicing software and stuff, you could find it out there. So overall, I used Lynda a lot more than Pluralsight.
I used to make fun of Lynda because everyone promoted it, but it really is a cool site, though. I'll say that.
They're solid. They've actually been buying up a lot of the other companies too. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they don't own Pluralsight. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I think they bought quite a few other educational firms to keep growing their library, and I think that's a good idea because online learning is like the future. This is like poor people college.
Who is this Lynda lady, and what does she have business for?
She is a smart lady, dude. She is smart. Street smart.
SMRT.
So let's see here. What router do you currently recommend for home use? Well, that's from Big Fly M again. That's actually a tricky one. It depends on what your needs are because routers can get incredibly expensive depending on their feature set. But Jay, what was the wireless router that you just recently picked up that supports DDWRT and has like the same amount of horsepower as your car?
I don't remember. Hold on.
You don't remember?
Ever since I hooked it up, I forgot. Oh no, it's the Nighthawk X6.
The Nighthawk X6. If you don't mind spending a little bit of money, that is a hugely capable router. It
I got it
supports
on
open source firmwares.
I got it on sale for like $260.
Yeah, but it's the 6 antenna, right?
Oh yeah, and let me put it this way. Even the 2.4 gigahertz on this router is faster than my other 2.4 gigahertz was, even though they both were 600 gigabit wireless.
Yeah.
So I have multiple wireless connections going here. I've got two 5G, I've got a standard and a guest, two 2.4G, a standard and a guest, and a wireless bridge going on at the same time with this router. And one of the reasons why I got this was the bedroom is a dead spot because it is as far away from the router as I can get because Time Warner was like, oh, here's a good spot to drill in through the house and put the modem and the router and stuff, which was like as far away from everything else as you can get. So wireless in the back part of the house for little Jay's computer in the bedroom was like non-existent, and I've tried repeaters, it just didn't work very good. So I got this, hooked it up, and I was getting something like 4 megabit down, maybe 1 megabit up in the bedroom, which I know is faster than some people's connections, guys, but when I pay for 300 by 20, I want 300 by 20, damn it. So on 2.4 back there right now, I'm getting like 48 down and 10 up on the wireless, and then on the 5G, I'm getting like 180 down and the full 20 up on the wireless. And the same.
That's awesome too. Yeah.
With the wireless in the same location as the old N600 Netgear.
But the other thing too is G generally is more easily obstructed than 2.4. So the fact that you're getting that kind of signal in the back of your house means that thing's got a good antenna array on it and is pushing a good transmit power. Because in my house, just coming upstairs with my Link, I have a Linksys 4 antenna. And upstairs in my house, 5G drops off by like 2 bars. I only get 3 bars of 5G, but I get full 5 bars, 100% signal with 2.4.
You know, I attribute it to, this is just theory, by the way, but I attribute it to the fact that 2.4 is a very cluttered bandwidth. You know, you've got cordless phones that use 2.4.
No, but that's my point is that 2.4 goes, like I have better 2.4 here than I do 5.
No, I understand that,
Like,
but what I mean is in my neighborhood right now where I live,
oh, I see what you're saying.
if I looked up wireless hotspots right now, I have like a list of 18 of them in my house because of everyone else's house is bleeding over on top of each other. You've only got 11 channels.
That makes sense. Yeah, no. In the 2.4 gigahertz spectrum gets beat up pretty quick. And the other thing is people don't realize a lot of phones, old wireless phones operate on that spectrum.
Remember when they switched from 800 or 900
openers?
Remember when wireless phones switched from 900 megahertz to 2.4 gigahertz and it was, this is so awesome because my phone's so clear and I can go so far. That was like
yeah, until
year
everybody set up their
2000.
wireless access points.
Yeah.
It reminds me of back in the day when Atari tried to make wireless controllers and they were like opening up the neighbor's garage door.
Yeah.
so they just stopped selling them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's like the same deal. And the thing is, 2.4 gigahertz is so commonly used for like everything. Like we said, like car alarms, garage door openers. Another one that a lot of people don't realize is camera systems. Like, you know, like your home security camera systems and baby monitors all operate on 2.4 gigahertz. And it's because it's one of those bands where it's like you can transmit a lot of data and it seamlessly travels through shit pretty easy and goes long distances.
Yeah.
But the 5 gigahertz band though is a lot higher bandwidth, but for some damn reason it fucking hates going through walls. It really does. So you need a lot more power to get it to go through walls. Because like even in my house, I'm like, there's maybe like 4 plies of wood between me and the transmitter, and I get like half signal strength. It's crazy. I need to get a router though. Try it.
It was worth it. Undead Lich 1 in chat said he had a dream that I died. Well, I've got some news for you, sir. I did die. I died a little inside. I died a little inside when I left Jerry in Seattle.
This is a funny true story. I had a dream about Jay probably about a month ago.
Whoa! Should we be taking this offline?
No. The people need to know. They need to know. This is hilarious. So I'm not even kidding. So somebody psychoanalyzed this dream because it was kind of a weird one. So I hear the doorbell ring to my house. So I get up out of bed and I'm just wearing underwear, which is uncharacteristic of me because I usually sleep in the nude, ladies. So I walk to the front door and I open the door and Jay's standing there in his bikes, you know, he's got his bike shorts on, his little JayzTwoCents bike thing on. And he's like, "Hey Jerry, let's go riding." And no shit, I just go outside with him and I get on my mountain bike on my underwear. Keep in mind, I'm still in my underwear. And Jay just goes taking off like a bat out of hell. And I'm racing after him. And Jay's just yelling at me the whole time, going, "You better keep up, fatty. Come on, blah, blah, blah." And you were just like saying every derogatory thing you could get me to follow you. And then I finally lost you somewhere. And then I just got bored and I just threw my bike in the bushes and started walking down a trail. And then I woke up.
You make me sound like such an ass. That's the way I treat.
Weird,
that's the way I treat. That's the way I treat Coconut Monkey when I go for a ride with him. Not you.
You must have been like transmitting something on a telepathic scale, because no shit. I open the front door and you're standing there. You're like, "Dude, bro, you're late. We gotta go. We gotta get going." I jump on the bike and you're already like riding down the street, and I haven't even got on my bike yet. I'm still in my undies, and you get like 2 blocks away and you just lose me. And then I'm like, "Fuck this. I'm done. Why am I even chasing Jay around on my mount?" And you had like your nice street bike and you were all dressed for it. I'm on my mountain bike with big old knobby tires, barely able to pedal.
You make me sound like such an asshole, man.
It's funny. Well, it's because you are, but I still love you.
Yeah, but I at least don't call you fatty.
No, that was what made the dream kind of weird. Is that you were just shouting?
I mean,
like
if I wanted to make
like fatty, you make fat tits and stuff.
If I wanted to make a fat joke,
that is comic timing right there to the T. Holy cow!
Well,
if I wanted to make a
more.
skinny joke, take this. Yeah, take that.
Oh
I don't
man,
I don't even know what sound I made.
I know I'm.
You're such a fucking. Hey Jay.
Huh.
Yeah. Hey, it's time to wake up, Jay. And we've chased off all the viewers. 3 minutes to the end of Tech Talk. Now it's here. Guys, just accept it. This is going to be a part of Tech Talk forever. For absolutely ever. That's funny. Everybody's doing hashtag Jay's a dickhole now. Jay, you need to just stay the fuck out of my dreams, bro. Just let me sleep. I don't want to chase you around the block in your little speedo.
Hey, if there's ever been one guy who's been supportive of you, regardless of what you decide to do with your body, you know it's me, sir.
You've been a good boy, and that's why I love you. That's why I love you long time. Real long time, if you know what I mean. Okay, that just got weird. Let's see if there's more Ask Tech Talks here. Let's see what we got. We have let's see, Ferrari, really? Ferrari 955. All right, I like that guy's name. 2.4 gigahertz. It's getting very hard to use in RC copters due to the to the spectrum loadness. No, I definitely agree with that, because actually this is a true story. This is cool. You guys know the guys I shoot with out at Dirtfish Rally School, Volair Media, right? They do all the quadcopter stuff in my videos. We've collaborated on shitloads of stuff. Well, one time when we were out there shooting with the Phantom 2 Vision Plus V3, which is before they went to Lightbridge, that new fancy, really super long range, it used 2.4 gigahertz for the camera. And so we were flying it out at Dirtfish, and Dirtfish has a security camera system that's wireless from the main building, and it uses directional antennas. While we were flying around, the guys up at Dirtfish were seeing the camera feed from the DJI Phantom on the security monitors.
Oh, jeez.
Basically, because we were flying around out there in the territory, the signal that was transmitting for the video from the quadcopter was actually showing up on the security screen. So first of all, that showed that there was no encrypted data. Their camera system's basically just broadcasting whatever. You could like MacGyver that shit if you wanted to. But the other thing we noticed too is if we flew too close to the building with the directional arrays, the quadcopter would start acting erratic. So you know, those directional antennas are seriously like the death of quadcopters. So I should you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a jerry rigged on taking one of those I'm gonna buy a cheap 2.4 gigahertz directional panel and just pump 15 watts of power through it and just point it at things in the sky and see if they fall down. Does that sound like a good idea, Jay?
Sounds like a great idea, Jerry.
Like, you know, first start small with like helicopters and 747s and then work our way up to quadcopters?
Yep.
Seems legit. All right, is there anything else you want to cover before we shut her down there, boss? What are you doing? See, this sucks. I have a delay, so I have no idea what Jay is doing right now. I'm completely oblivious.
Someone said to reset chat. All right, let me just kick you all out.
Can you do that?
Just reset. No, I don't know. What are they talking about? Oh man, dinner's ready and I can smell it. Oh,
I just typed kitty cock in
woo,
chat.
that's not dinner I smell, actually. My bad.
Oh, so somebody was cooking a BM?
You right. Really? You wrote that in chat?
I did.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to be like everybody else.
My hands smell like metal because I've been playing with this little screwdriver this whole time. The one that came with my SSD kit.
Sure. That's what you're playing with. Sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's time to go.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
it's
actually
time
gonna
to
upload a
say
video
goodbye.
tonight.
What?
I know. I'm as excited as you are. And not only
Let's
that,
say
I'm gonna upload another video tomorrow, and I might even upload one on Saturday. I'm gonna try to break my record of. I don't even know what my record was, but I'm gonna try to break it. Now they're all gonna be
Okay,
like Maker Faire related videos, so don't get
Let
too
me translate that for people who don't know Jerry time. Tomorrow is next week, and Saturday is 2 months from now.
Nah, okay, fine.
You know, I did enjoy PDX or PAX a month later. That was cool.
And you know what's funny? That's only one of 4 days. I still have I have 2 other days of footage I still need to edit and upload. So basically you're gonna
Christmas special, PAX Day 2.
and they're all out of order. It's gonna be like PAX Day 1, 2 Maker Fairs, then a Retro Gaming Expo, which happened before Maker Faire. Yeah, no, don't expect any kind of chronology to line up here, guys. It's just not. It's not.
Vlogger fair travel vlog.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you guys are gonna see all kinds of crazy shit. Like you're gonna be like, why does Jerry look so skinny? Oh, that was shot 4 years ago. Finally edited.
All right. Well, it's time to go. We've had 1,200 so people in here. I love each and every one of you 1,200 to put up with the soundboard and the farts and the puke and the naked
You're the
Jerry
good people. You're the good people. The other 800 or so that we chased off, those are the bad people.
Don't be the bad people. Be the good
Don't
people.
be the bad people. Be the good people. And
Oh, wait,
support
I
us
have
in our lives and selling out and feeding our families and demolition derby with sports cars and stuff when we get rich enough.
All right. Well, follow us on Twitter and Facebook and subscribe to us. And if you guys are already subscribed, then unsubscribe and resubscribe because that's what cool people do. And I'm going to go ahead and get us out with a transition into an intro. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Transition.
Transition.
The outro.
And that about wraps up Tech Talk 91. Yeah, we sound a little funny. I hope you enjoyed the show. Be back next week, Thursday. Yep, I'll probably be here, maybe, kind of. It could happen. If not, co-host will be here. I don't know. Whatever. Bye.
Banana, 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 banana. Stop it! You're ruining my banana. You're ruining my banana. Alright, I'm turning this shit off. This is so unprofessional.